Hello all. This video is all about Dr. Reddy's lab. The stock what I have recommended on 17th of January in our group uh, at the then market price of 2605, and in this video I will discuss the rationale behind why I have recommended this particular stock as well as its valuation and target. So before getting into this, I just want to remind you once again that this is not a fresh recommendation. Actually, it's an extension of my previous recommendation. You can get it in my website as well. That is aladdwn.in, aladdin.in. I recommended the stock on 24th of July at 2092 with a price target of 2619, and the stock achieved the target within 6 weeks, 7th of September. So again the stock was hovering around this zone, and again with the improvement on the performance of the company and with lots of hopes from the Q2 earnings also, Q2 and Q3 earnings also, I again arrived that the stock is a like good bet at this point of time. And now I'm explaining the rationale behind selecting further this particular stock, Dr. Reddy's lab. So let's start with the first one. The first rationale what I have found that restrainment of selling Suboxone had no material impact on DRL. So I would like to get into little details into Suboxone. Suboxone is an anti-opioid medicine, belongs to buprenorphine and naloxone group. It's a combination drug. It's a sublingual, and the patented drug of this Suboxone belongs to UK-based Indivior, and they are the pioneer in anti-opioid medicine in US. And the company earns around 85% of their revenue from the anti-opioid medicine only. So. During May, the company received, like Dr. Reddy's lab received approval for Suboxone, and once the company received the approval for Suboxone, it sounded huge positive for for Dr. Reddy's lab, and like it was negative for Indivior as well. So the Indivior stock plunged in UK market by 35% in a single day with this news. So anyway, Suboxone was a big success for Dr. Reddy, but the company started selling the drug, launched the drug and started selling the drug in US in during May 2018. And like within 1 month, sorry, in June 2018, and within 1 month they had a substantial contribution from this particular drug. Although I like didn't get the answer from the management regarding what is the exact number of sales, the exact number of revenue they received from Suboxone. I asked this question to the management. Management remained silent. They told that they don't disclose the product specific revenue contribution, product specific revenue. So only the thing they emphasize that Suboxone generated handsome revenue. So this was only 1 month, and afterwards Indivior went to court, district court in US federal, and the company, Dr. Reddy's lab, received the restrainment from the court from selling Suboxone drug. So temporary basis, the company, the selling of Suboxone was banned, but like two things are important here. First of all, with time and with other approvals, like Mylan received approval for the same anti-opioid medicine in US, and Teva brought their NDA parallel to Suboxone in US, which are likely to eat up the market share of Indivior. And in this context, I would like to mention Suboxone is not like anti-opioid is not a big drug market. but cases of like opioid addiction is fierce in US. And Dr. Reddy's lab, let me mention here that Suboxone has a market size of rather I would say this buprenorphine and naloxone group has a market size of USD 15 crore, sorry, INR 15 crore. So it's not big. No, sorry, it's the market size is 14.9 million USD, 14.9 million. It's almost 15 crore US dollar, not INR. Yeah, not in INR. So anyway, Suboxone, restrainment of Suboxone. Suboxone is not like no more a big hope for the company, for Dr. Reddy's lab, because new approvals, lots of approvals, big companies are already coming into the market to take the market share. This is one. And second thing, Dr. Reddy's lab is doing quite well in other segments, and the loss of Suboxone will not have any material impact on the company's financials, just due to they are like other segments and other geographies are compensating to the top line in a big way. So Suboxone is not a big factor. It's not, we don't consider it as a negative at this point of time. Now a huge positive thing is impact of price erosion has narrowed down. We came across during 2018, 2017, 18, there was a big problem of price erosion due to channel consolidation in US. And like it had a big impact, negative impact on all generic players in US. And you know, this Dr. Reddy's lab earns around 83% of their revenue from this generic drugs. So narrowing down of the price erosion is positive. And as the company earns the majority of the revenue from generic drug, and due to the price erosion, the company was in doldrum, their financials were going down. And as we anticipated last year, mid of last year, it happened, like the turnaround happened. And in this fiscal for first half, and even during like till Q3 FY19, we came across that the company is doing well. What we have anticipated earlier regarding the turnaround, it happened. It was reflecting in the number. And this price erosion, slowdown of the price erosion, or the narrowing down of the price erosion thing, will take the business of the company ahead a lot. So this is an expectation. It's not only from the company, but lots of evidences are also there. Like other companies are also encountering this type of things. So this is positive. I would say this is a tailwind at this point of time. And another one thing I would like to mention here, the company has a very strong pipeline, and some big ticket launches are awaited at this point of time. One is NuvaRing. Another one is that is called Copaxone. So these two big ticket launches will surely contribute to the top line of the company. So apart from that, I would say strong the company's strong in-licensing agreement will bring lots of business to the company. During Q1 FY19, company earned a small amount, that is 16 crore from their in-licensing agreement from Encora Dermatologics. So this in-licensing thing is gradually growing. So apart from their direct sales, they are expanding their business. The company is expanding their business through in-licensing arrangement. And acquisition of key brands in OTC dermatology segment, and acquisition of commercialization right in anti-cancer biologic agent are positive for the company. Now the thing is, anti-cancer biologic is very important, because there are evidences of proliferation of cancer as a disease in human being. And this uh, anti-cancer. There are like lots of players are not there in anti-cancer drugs. So this is an area of opportunity for Dr. Reddy's lab, and obviously for all other players like who are trying to ramp up their business in this particular segment. So Dr. Reddy's lab is always obviously a pioneer, having a very good having lots of facilities, and we have already discussed during our last rational, last recommendation during July in this particular stock. At that point of time, I have discussed regarding the then rationale as well as regarding the company, their valuation, everything. And due to shortage of time, I will not be able to explain everything again. I will not be able to repeat everything at this point of time. So based on this following is above before mentioned rationale, I have a buy recommendation in this particular stock. So as far as financial is concerned, I will show you a little bit of the financials, how the company is doing, and what is our anticipation from the financial statement, consolidated financial statement. The top line during 2016, FY16 rather, grew 3%. During 17, there was a degrowth of 9%. Even in 18 also, we came across that there was a 0.5% degrowth in the top line. But going forward in 2019, we are expecting a 14.4% revenue growth in the company. So now this point comes, like, how do you arrive at 14.4%? Number one thing is like based on their quarterly numbers, like the way the company is doing in quarterly numbers, that is phenomenally well. And along with that, I will explain you the revenue build up part. The company explains like company is segregates their revenue into three hubs. One is their generic business, another one is PSAI, that is the API business, and their proprietary products and others, where that Scopaxone, Suboxone, all are their proprietary drugs. So these are all big ticket launches we are anticipating, apart from routine launches will be there. So in generic, they are segregating their business into North America, Europe, India, and emerging market in these geographic patterns, in these geographic areas. And we anticipated some growth like 8% in North America in generic business, 11% in Europe, 10% in India, and 13% in emerging market. And all these came from the discussion with the company. What we have found the rationale, like as we told that price erosion is narrowing down, being the biggest market in generic US market, we are anticipating 8% growth, and the same has been getting reflected in the quarterly numbers. Due to shortage of time, I will not be able to show you everything at this point of time. So there was a 5% growth in the like top line during Q1 FY19. So the thing is, keeping all together, we have arrived at a price growth of like top line growth of 14.4%, and the EBITDA of the company, yes, that is we are anticipating EBITDA number at 2712 versus 2351 crore last year. And we are expecting some 200 basis point of margin expansion as well, that is 16.7%. And the profit after tax is expected at 1209 crore versus 912 crore last year, and this is a 7.4% of margin, that is almost 100 basis point of growth in the PAT numbers. So we have done financial model, and on that basis we did the valuation. And in a nutshell, I will due to shortage of time, in a nutshell I will discuss the valuation part. The stock is currently trading at FY like 104x EPS at FY 2020E. We are rolling forward our valuation estimate at FY 2021E and assigning another 2x multiple on the basis of the this rationale. We have arrived at a price target of 3282. So thank you so much for your valuable time, and you may WhatsApp me for further details at 6289197372. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you so much.